This is Upfront, a weekly public affairs show airing on Cat Country 98.1 and Big 101.3, presented by Hall Communications. Now, here's your host, Ed Pereira.
And a good Sunday morning to you. Welcome to Upfront, your public affairs program heard each and every Sunday morning right here on Big 101.3 and Cat Country 98.1. Nice to have you along. Thanks for making us a part of your weekend, and we are certainly glad that you're enjoying the holiday season as we are right in the midst of it right now, and it's going to be a busy time for all of us, but we're glad you found a way to spend some time with us. Joining us this morning, well, a couple of folks that really aren't strangers to these microphones. I think they've, at least these two young ladies have been with me for the last couple of years, and I know they were with our good friend Phil when he was doing the program up in Providence, so I know they've been around for a little while, and that's a good thing. Joining us, first of all, Stephanie Pickup from Carefree Homes. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Ed. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you once again. And Meg Rogers is joining us, too, from United Way of Greater Fall River.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, you listen. I don't mind you saying good morning, nice and pleasant, but you got to speak a little louder.
Oh, no.
Okay, there you go. That's good. All right. Now we're good. All right. First of all, you're back again. How did things go last year? First of all, we should tell you what we're talking about. First of all, it's the do you have a bad roof contest?
Yes.
I don't know about any other way to say it. That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Explain this, Stephanie.
Of course. Yeah. So we are super excited to be celebrating our 7th annual New Year, New Roof giveaway, where we give one deserving homeowner a free GAF Timberline HDZ roofing system.
That is pretty impressive right there. It's 7 years now. This is year number 7. Did you think that when you did this the first year going, oh my gosh, this is going to be something we're going to do every year?
I have to say, I was hoping that would. I was hoping. I didn't know how successful it would be. I mean, sometimes, I don't know. I didn't know how it was going to go. So we have been so thankful that it's been a great success, and we've relied on the community to really make it successful. And we're very fortunate that here in the South Coast we have a fantastic community with neighbors, friends, and family that we're able to come together and really help someone out that needs it.
Now, in case you don't know about Carefree Homes, we got to give. This is where we get the shameless plug in here, okay, Stephanie? So, and I admit it, we're gonna be about as subtle as a flying hammer right now. Carefree Homes is located right over on Route 6 in Fairhaven. They've been a family-owned company for, gosh, I don't even know how many years. I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, so we are family-owned and operated. Been around since the year after your graduation. Was that?
How about that from high school? So since 1978, they have been around. The year you were, it's hard to believe. You've been there right from the get-go. She was there just as a baby. She was right there, ready to go. She would rattle and answer the phone at the same time.
Yeah, so we've been around for going on 44 years. My father-in-law, Dana Pickup, started the company with my husband's uncle, Wayne Edwards Sr., and it's been successful ever since. We've worked hard to provide quality home improvements, roofing, siding, windows, decks, porches, construction services. And we're very thankful for our crews and our customers that keep coming back year after year.
And I'm sure you could probably go around the greater New Bedford area and say, oh, that's a house we did. Oh, there's a house we did. Oh, that's another one we did.
It is true. We have projects all over from Providence down the Cape. So, yeah, our service area is about a 1-hour radius from Fairhaven.
Carefree Homes has been around for quite a while here, so we want to make sure we got that. And then United Way of Greater Fall River, well, I'll let Meg Rogers tell you all about the United Way of Greater Fall River, which has been around for quite a while.
Yeah, we're actually coming up on our 75th anniversary, which is very exciting. Stay tuned for, hopefully we can have a big
have some
party,
events.
And yeah, we're going
to do cake and everything.
Yeah, just cake.
Okay,
just
great.
Cake, that's it. No, we're hoping we can have a big gala at the end of the year. Hopefully that's a safe thing we can do. We'll see. Something indoors without space heaters running. We'll see what happens. But so we've been around for 75 years, serving Greater Fall River. Our service area goes right over the Rhode Island line, up through Swansea and Somerset, hits Assonet and Westport, comes back around. And we focus on serving the health, financial stability, education, and basic needs of the folks in the...
I get the sneaky suspicion during COVID time here, we're in year 2 here, which, it seems like we take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back all along the way. But I'm sure you've been asked and taxed upon more so than ever before.
We've been pretty busy. We make sure that organizations in the area are supported. So that's been a lot of food grants. That's been a lot of helping funnel PPE to places that need it, providing learning pods during when schools were closed. We supported a few of those. Right now, we're in the midst of a big coat drive because, if you're not, fed and warm and, feeling safe, you aren't, you can't live your life. You can't go to school. You can't go to work.
Right,
so that's kind of where we've been doing a lot of basic needs work.
A lot of work going on there, a lot of good stuff still going on, and certainly they can always use your help. Just go to United Way of Greater Fall River, the website.
Is uwgfr.org.
And you do that, and then you can find out about all that good stuff, what's going on, and how you can help out also. But let's talk about roofs here, because this is a contest, year number 7. Stephanie, how did you get involved with United Way and say, you know what, can you help us out here?
Yeah, of course. So as a family company, the great thing about being family-owned is that we carry our personal values over to the business, and we were a military family, so service to others, service to community is really important to us. So we connected with our local United Ways to basically help us connect and reach people that need it, people that we can help. And so United Way of Greater Fall River, we're just thankful to have them as a community partner because they're going to help us reach a homeowner, hopefully, that needs a new roof, that for some reason is in a financial position where they cannot afford to replace their roof, and they're going through some challenges because they work with, a lot of those families that are in need right now are going through some difficult times. So it's extremely important for us to connect with organizations like United Way to help us serve others.
I get the sneaky suspicion that you're probably going to get more entries, if you will, for lack of a better term, or more submissions, perhaps than ever before, because the need has probably never been greater.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So there's so many challenges that are, typically you have your unexpected illnesses that happen, you have your COVID, the illness itself, then you have the unfortunate repercussions from, mandates of businesses that were forced to shut down, people that have lost their jobs because they were fired because they declined a vaccine. There's all sorts of unexpected things that have happened, unfortunately, that have put people in a position of need. So we're there to help pick them up and put them back on the right track.
Pick them up. There was no pickup. I just making
No
sure.
pun intended.
Okay, I thought maybe there was a little something going on here. I wasn't sure, Stephanie. She's she had her second cup of coffee already this morning, kids. So you got to be careful here. You just never know where she's coming from on something like that. So when you came up with this idea, this was something that the company you work with, you guys kind of worked on this together and said, hey, this would be an interesting idea. I think we could do something like this.
Yeah, so GAF Roofing, so they're North America's largest roofing manufacturer. That's our go-to roof, and we are installing a roof. They kind of came to us and said, hey, what do you think about, partnering to do a roof giveaway? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is basically combining the services that we offer as a business with our passion for helping others. We're like, this is like a match made in heaven, right? A free roof to a family that deserves it. Like, it was just awesome. And so we started 7 years ago, and here we are going strong. And every year, we're able to just really celebrate some really awesome people who have been going through some pretty tough stuff. So it's very emotional. It's very emotional going through even the people that are just finalists, and the whole process is just super positive and uplifting for everybody who's involved.
I would think the toughest part of this is when you say, okay, we got X number of people, and we can only choose one. That's got to be the most difficult part of this.
It is really hard.
Yeah, I bet it is. I can imagine, because there are stories that you're like,
you want to give everyone
we don't want to
a
say
roof?
no to them. Yeah, but
It's so true. Meg and I were just talking about this.
It's so hard. You're like sitting. So Steph was like, "Oh, can you and like your board and your office help us narrow it down?" And we're like, "Maybe, yes, no." And so then you're sort of voting, and then everyone's trying to make the case for the family that they want to win, because you're
of course.
this one needs it, but this one needs it, but they have and it's just because it's so hard, because that these folks really need a roof, and that it's going to be really hard for that.
You can only give one away, can't give away 10.
Right.
We'd like to, but you can't.
I know, it's so true. And then, so what we do is basically, our team at Carefree Homes, the team at United Way of Greater Fall River, the team at United Way of Greater New Bedford, we ask everybody to give us their top 5. Give us your top 5 families. Okay. And then from there, unfortunately last year we had a tie. So we had 2 families that had the same amount of votes. So then we had to have a tiebreaker, and we were like, oh my gosh. And like Meg said, then everybody's trying to
make the case for
this one has that, and this one has, and they're like, oh my gosh. And they're all equally deserving, good people that you really wish you could give everyone a roof. But Yeah, in the end, it works out, and the community ends up, they're the ones that choose the winner in the end. So the community nominates the homeowner, everybody submits their nominations, we choose the 5 finalists, and then the community votes online, and the community is actually, they're the ones who pick the winner.
Right. We got to go through this whole process here because we got to tell you about this. It's not as simple as like, okay, you win. Okay, let's go. It takes a lot more than that, so we want to tell you about that in just a moment. You're listening to Upfront here on Big 101.3 and Cat Country 98.1. Nice to have you along on this Sunday morning. I'm your host, Ed Pereira. You're listening to Upfront. Joining us this morning from United Way of Greater Fall River is Meg Rogers, and also joining us this morning is Stephanie Pickup from Carefree Homes. And Stephanie and Meg have been kind enough to join us once again this year to talk about this wonderful project where you can start submitting names now, I guess. Is that right? Have I got that right?
So the nomination period, so it literally kicks off at the new year. So January 1st. January 1st. Oh, geez, I got my cheat sheet. I forgot. So January 1st through January 7th is our nomination period.
Okay.
And then we announce the finalists on January 8th. And then voting takes place January 10th through the 15th. And then on or around January 18th is when we do the surprise reveal, like Publishers Clearinghouse style balloons.
Costumes?
Last year we had inflatable. My kids dressed up as inflatable unicorns in the front of St. Louis Hospital. It was quite funny. You can go to the website and check it out if you want.
It was
pretty
great.
funny. Yeah.
Face shields, masks, unicorns, flowers, balloons, like.
Yeah, we had masks,
Your
face
kids have
shields,
never lived
everything.
it.
Everything.
Your kids haven't lived it down yet. Okay,
It
let's
was about 20 degrees. Like it was really the ideal
perfect
situation.
day to do it. Yeah,
It was great. No, it really was a lot of fun.
But it worked out, and you were able to do that. So let's start the process here. So to nominate someone, how does that all begin?
So everything takes place at carefreehomescompany.com, so our
Okay.
website.
Okay.
And there'll be a form where basically they fill out the basic information, their name as the person nominating the homeowner's name, and then the most important part of the whole nomination is the story. We want to know about the person, why they deserve a free roof, what challenges they're going through and enduring right now that they, for what situation are they in. But the story is critical, and we're really looking for people that are not only in need, but ideally people who also serve others, if possible. Not required, but people who have typically been the person that they're the ones helping others and have found themselves in the unfortunate situation where they need help. And so the story is important. So we want to hear as much as we can, much as you can share about your special person you want to nominate. The more you share, the better.
The better off, and everyone goes from it. I get the sneaky suspicion that when you start reading these stories, there's not a dry eye at the table afterwards.
There's a lot of tears. And especially because some of these, like Stephanie said, a lot of these families do give back in some way, and then you're like, oh, that's like, the empathy is there, and the sympathy, and like just knowing that it could be you, it could be your family,
No,
I somehow recall here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you tell me that someone actually won and they said, yeah, I could use it, but there's someone else that I think they literally said, could we do it for someone else?
Yeah, so we had a World War II veteran who was nominated.
I remember you had told me
and
about this.
his son had nominated him, and he declined the nomination because he wanted someone else to have it. And that's, of course, just typical of that generation who was just extremely selfless and unwilling to help others. So yeah, he was pretty amazing. So we ended up making him the parade marshal in the Fairhaven Veterans Day Parade the following year. So we celebrated him in a special way. We still celebrated him to honor him for his service to our country, and for, of course, just being just an awesome citizen in the community.
But that is pretty cool when you say, someone that helps out and does things. I mean, there's a perfect example right there to say, yeah, you're right, I sure can use this, but I'm sure there's someone else, another family that deserves this.
Yep. Yeah. And honestly, a lot of our nominees, that's how they feel. I've had a couple of them that have said, "Gee, they're they're finalists in the contest, and they're like, oh, I really hope the other family wins." And you're like, well, they, geez, they have like the Art family was a few years ago, and they had their youngest daughter was going through treatment for leukemia. And so one of the other finalists was like, they're a young family. He was a little bit older. I'd love for them to win it. I would vote for them. And I'm like, oh, geez, okay. Well, that's really great.
But that just shows you the type of people you're dealing with. People that want to share and want to give and help someone along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is all of this is about to begin with. So now we've done the nomination process, and once that's done, then what happens once they've been nominated?
So we'll reach out to United Way of Greater Fall River and United Way of Greater New Bedford, are two of our community partners, and we'll say, hey, give us your top 5. We choose from there the top 5 finalists. That's how the finalists are picked. So whatever the top 5 families are, we all kind of vote on it. And then those are the 5 finalists that go out to the community, and the community will vote online at carefreehomescompany.com, and then they're going to choose the winner.
I was just going to say that there's the thing that I think people don't realize. You're like, okay, well, you pick the finalists. You do that part, but really the person that wins this is done by the community at large.
Yes.
It's done by popular vote, basically.
Yes.
Yep. Simple as that.
It
and we don't have to worry about any hanging chads or anything
No.
like that, or
No.
someone stealing the vote, or it's a full, whatever. The results are the results, and you got to live with them. Okay, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah,
Stephanie?
yeah, it's pretty straightforward, and it's really the person that can mobilize a network of people, and also there are just some stories that are just super compelling, and we have people that will vote that don't even know who they are and say, oh, I can identify with what you're going through. I went through this personally, so this is why I'm casting my vote for you. So we leave a little spot where people can leave a message of encouragement for who they're voting for. So this is how we kind of, learn who's voting for people, if they know them, if they don't know them, because they'll leave a special message for them, which at the end of the contest, they each get a book with all the comments of the messages of encouragement.
Oh, what a nice
yeah,
thing to do.
Yeah. So just part of the fun. But.
Now, when you go to vote, is there, you get to read the stories too? Are the stories posted on?
Yes.
Oh, they are?
Yes, so
okay, I wasn't 100% sure of that.
Yeah, so that's how people will know which one they want. So it'll be a photo of the finalist, a photo of their roof, and then to see how horrible their roof is, and then basically just, it's the story after that. So everybody can read the finalist stories, and then whichever one they feel is most deserving, they can cast a vote for that person.
And Stephanie, being in the business as long as you have, you probably look at some of these roofs and go, oh man, they need one. Boy, do they need a roof. After you take the pictures of these, you're like, ooh.
No, it's true. It's awful. And some of them have known that they've had to replace their roof for years, and some it was like a sudden, oh geez, it started leaking, and it's all different. The situations are all so unique and unfortunate, really. Events that have happened in life that they were, say they were saving up for their roof to replace it, and then, for example, last year, Hilda, our winner last year, had saved up money for her roof, and then her brother died unexpectedly, and so she helped pay for the funeral costs with the money she would have used for her roof. So you have things like that to happen, the unexpected things in life that just pop up that put you in a spot where you didn't plan to be. So we're there to kind of help them.
And then she got a roofing, and we're like, this is good.
Yes, very good.
For having done something very good, too, on her own there.
Of course, and I feel like that's kind of how it is with all of the winners that we've had. They're all people they're all good people, and I feel like it's that whole karma that, just coming back, and they've had bad things happen, but because they're such good people and they've put such good energy out into the universe that it's kind of coming back to them and really making their day for sure.
Hey, when Carefree Homes came to you and said, hey, we need your help with something like this, did you guys go, really? You want us to do this? Or are we like, yeah, this sounds pretty good?
Yeah, we were just like, let's go. Like, what do you need us to do? And because, again, it's back to that, like, basic need. If your roof is leaking, like, your house isn't dry, you're not, like, safe, like, it's just not good. So if it's a way that we can share, like, a community partner, a business that is always there, Stephanie and her family volunteer with a bunch of our partners. Like, we just all keep running into each other for the same thing, and it's all just sort of giving back to the community where there is a need. And there was no question that we'd play along, and it's fun. It's fun.
Well, I know Stephanie gets involved with many things because she always keeps posting on my, when I see LinkedIn and I see another thing here from Stephanie, it tells me about, hey, we're surfing here, there's a gnome over there. Look, I'm like, what the heck is this surfing gnome thing? I had to start reading about it. And I went, oh, I get it now.
You'll have to come surf with us. Actually, that's one of our shared.
That's one of our shared partners.
Yeah, so I'm on the executive board with
Let's
Gnome
talk about
Surf.
that for just a moment. Yeah,
I digress just really quick.
But let's go ahead, because it was funny the first time I'm like, what the heck is this? What? And then I finally started reading. I went, oh, okay, I get it now. It took a few seconds.
Yeah, so I do a lot of volunteering. and I'm very passionate about a lot of things, but Gnome Surf is one of my favorites because it's the first organization that my family has actually benefited from as well. So we provide surf therapy, ecotherapy, art therapy for all athletes, but really specialize in neurodivergent kiddos who struggle with, challenges from either autism, Down syndrome, ADHD, anxiety, depression, whatever the challenge may be, and provide surf therapy, which just helps work magic in their lives, overcoming barriers, and just you have to kind of see it to watch it. You can look at pictures on Instagram and Facebook to see some of it. It's pretty awesome. But Gnome Surf is one of our shared.
Surfing of all things. Who would think that? Know?
Well,
Gnome surfing.
It's such a cool partnership for us because sometimes there's gaps in what insurance will cover, and sometimes it's basic things like it's mental health services. But here's a really cool mental health service that your insurance company's never going to pay for. So if we can help support some surf camp to get some more kids out there, we also supported an equine therapy because again, your insurance doesn't want to pay for that, but it's a really true, valid way for folks to get that mental health or even physical health service that they're otherwise not going to have access to. And that's just we're just kind of there to plug that little gap where we can. And it's cool. And it's fun to watch people kids
cool.
surf.
I was just going to say, sending a picture of a gnome on a surfboard probably would not get you that claim. I'm just saying it might not work for you, but check that out. It is pretty impressive. I have to admit, it was one way of a therapy that I never would have thought of in all my years. I was like, I knew about equine, I know about pets, and that's a big thing. And I was like, wow, surfing! I never would have connected that.
And it's local too. It's right at South Shore Beach in Little Compton, so it's not like surfing's not in the South Coast because it is.
Yeah, it
I don't know if people are aware of it. I grew up because my dad used to surf, when I was a kid, and that's the only reason I kind of knew about it. But Gnome Surf is really awesome and magical, so check it out for sure. Okay, so that's just we just want to give them a little plug at the same time here. You're listening to Upfront here on Big 101.3 and Cat Country 98.1. I'm Ed Pereira. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning. We appreciate you making us a part of your weekend. Joining us this morning is Stephanie Pickup from Carefree Homes, and also joining us is Meg Rogers, from United Way of Greater Fall River. Man, oh man, that was a lot to get out there, but we got it all out. We're talking about the, for lack of a better term, bad roof. I don't know, how do you put this? I don't want to say bad roof contest. It's a roof giveaway.
A roof giveaway. That's the best way to put it. And I'm sure there are some folks right now going, yeah, I could probably use a new roof here, and I just can't afford it, and something like that. Well, these are the stories we want to hear about. Nominate that person. And how do you go about nominating? Well, that's why Stephanie's here to tell you how to do it again.
So, so this is our 7th annual New Year, New Roof giveaway, and we're looking for nominations of homeowners in need, people who are going through some difficult times, whether it's a loss of a job, overwhelming medical bills, whatever the challenge may be. We want to hear their story, and we want them to be nominated for a free GAF roofing system. Now,
the nomination period begins on the 1st of January, right in the new year of 2022.
Yes.
Say that quick when you're not thinking about it. 2022, so from January 1st through January 7th.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then after January 7th, what happens then?
Yeah, so then we announce the finalists. So there'll be about usually 3 to 5 finalists depending on the year, and we'll announce those on January 8th. And this is where the community, it's really important that they get involved, but the community, they're the ones who vote online. They're going to read all of the stories of each finalist, and then they're going to choose one of them to be the winner. And then
how do I go about voting?
So everything takes place at carefreehomescompany.com, world's longest domain, sorry. But yeah, carefreehomescompany.com, everything takes place on our website. So if anybody has questions or trouble, obviously accessing the website, they're welcome to call me at the office, 508-997-1111. I can help with any questions or navigating problems with, browsers and all that kind of stuff, if the form malfunctions. But all at carefreehomescompany.com.
There would be no malfunctions. Come on now.
Depends. Safari tends to get kind of weird with the form, so preferably Google Chrome if you have it.
Don't use Internet Explorer. It's not going to work. Just don't do it.
Don't do it?
Welcome to 2020.
Spoken like a true trooper here.
I do spend a lot of time with the website.
Yeah, okay. That's why they made Google Chrome, okay? And it makes it a lot easier. Upgrade. It's okay. It's come kicking and screaming into the new millennium. It's all right. It's not as bad as you think, and do something like this. So now, once you've done this, do you see the folks after they've done it, like a couple of years later? Have you run into any of your winners and say,
I actually,
hey,
I stay in touch through text with all of them.
All right,
Most
so-
of them, I think pretty much all of them. Actually, it was funny, I texted a few of them last week because I was starting to get ready,
Yeah.
for this upcoming year. And you make lifelong connections with them. And that's how our business is. As a family company, our customers, we build relationships with people. And, we say when you come on board, you're part of the Carefree family. And it's true. And it's not just like cliche. We build relationships with our customers, which is over half our business is customers and customer referrals every year. That's how we're so successful, is just, and that's that, again, going back to connecting with other people
Right.
and serving others and doing it in a positive way with honesty and integrity and compassion, and that's Carefree Homes. So
there you go. It's as simple as that, and we want to see you help out there wherever you can. I was just going to say, with some of the winners over the years, have you noticed that they too have made nominations afterwards in years after they have done it and said, I think we know someone that probably could benefit from this too?
yeah, they haven't. I don't know if they've actually nominated anybody, but they definitely share it. They share the promotion
Yeah.
with others in their community because they want someone else to be able to experience
Right.
the joy of getting a free roof, and because it really is a life-changing experience. The whole thing is very emotional for people because it's not, especially if you're going through a tough time and you're down and out, and then you realize how many people love and support you, even complete strangers.
Right.
Wow, it's like pretty powerful stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
I
pretty
would
awesome.
think that's one of those things where you're a little overwhelmed there. You want to give this to me?
No, yeah.
No, you sure? I can see where I'd be
No.
like, what's the catch here? Did I miss something? No, this is it. You're getting a new roof here,
No.
and we'll be by to put it in at whatever the date is, and here we go.
No,
and
it's
it's
true.
a great roof brought by, was it GAF?
GAF Roofing.
GAF
Yep,
Roofing.
North America's largest
All
roofing
right,
manufacturer.
so-
They're our partner, and we have some great community partners as well. I'd like to mention.
Sure.
So every finalist gets a bouquet of black tie cookies, which I'm sure you've enjoyed yours. I try to bring a box every year.
Well, I do share them with my wife because I like to look like a good guy every now and then, But I only give her one. I take the other
I
ones.
was
I'm
gonna say,
sorry.
that's pretty much
So
how
what's your
share.
favorite? Okay, I'm taking the right.
So Black Tie Cookies provides a bouquet to all of the finalists and the winner. And then this year we're really excited. I was telling you a little bit earlier. Our friends at Machado and Silva,
Yes.
they are certified Dave Ramsey financial coaches, and they're going to offer one-on-one financial coaching to the winner to help them get to a place where they're a little bit healthier financially. So they're not in a position where they have to get a free roof, that they're more financially stable, that we're not just kind of throwing money at a problem per se, but like helping
Right, just like a
solve, getting to
Band-Aid
the,
here
getting
or
the
something.
root to the root of the problem and help kind of getting them on a path to stability and financial health. So we're really excited to have Machado and Silva on board
I
this
think
year.
that's a great idea because I think that, if one of the great lessons that we don't learn while we're going through school is probably financial learning. We go, I guess we just learn it as we go along, which most of us do, but still, it's always better to have a little something to build upon there. And as I'm saying that, I can see Meg going, yep.
Yeah,
And
most
I'm
of us
sure,
are in
I'm
make it
sure,
work
I'm sure that
mode.
happens. I'm sure when you're at United Way and you say, well, what exactly happened? And they tell you these stories, and you're like, oh, okay, but you know what? We can help you with this, but you got to take it another step too. We can only help so far.
Right. A lot of our partners are sort of working in that sort of like, we're so close, but we need that
Right,
boost.
just that
and
little-
the little push. And sometimes it's that little push is the thing that makes a family stable. And one of those things is we do some sliding scale childcare tuition with a couple agencies. Because like, you're so like, you need this little tiny boost of help. Maybe it's, $20 a month is that like little tiny gap.
It doesn't
and
sound like
that's-
it's a lot, but it
but
makes
it really
all the
could
difference
be
in the
make
world.
or break between someone going to work and having a fulfilling career in a job or having to stay home and watch their kids. So, and it's fun to get out of your house and work. Kids have fun at childcare, but it can be that little, that little tiny bit of support and that little bit of help makes that big difference.
But it's nice to come back home when you have a nice dry roof and
It
a nice dry
really
room, right?
is.
Right, Stephanie? I like how we worked that right in there. Okay, so once again, we want the nominations and we want the voting. So we need your help here. If you know someone, make sure you get in touch with Stephanie and just go right to the website, which is?
CarefreeHomesCompany.com.
And you get there and you just look at the drop-down menu. Boom, here you go. Fill out the form. put the nomination in, and then we go from there. Don't forget, on January 8th is when the voting begins. That's real big for all of us. And we can do that through the 15th?
Yeah, so the voting is January 10th through the 15th.
Right.
And also that all takes place at carefreehomescompany.com. If anyone has trouble, they can always give us a call.
All right, fair enough. Hard to believe, but our time is up. Thank you so much for being with us once again.
Thank you
We
so much.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we totally
Stephanie, we
appreciate your
it.
support.
Meg, we appreciate you making the long trek over here from Fall
Over the
River.
bridge.
Over the bridge.
I made it over the bridge.
Over the bridge and through the woods
Yeah.
to Uncle Ed's house we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Merry
great.
Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you. Thank you.
And we thank you for joining us on this Sunday morning. We'll talk to you again next week, same time, same place. Until then, I'm Ed Pereira. Have a good week, everybody.